Hello, Timothy. Thank you, and welcome to your Jet 2 holiday.
Right.
So, yes,
get a nice
sir.
page. Are you new to YouTube?
No, I've actually been on YouTube for a couple years now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. For like watching for like 13 years, and then I started Princess Lightfoot about 4 years ago, and then this one, about a year ago or so.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Yes, I've been watching you for some time. On and off through my algorithm because you do like commentary on the other YouTube. Actually, you are the king of the beef sector.
They ain't gonna like that, honey. They don't like that. I am the queen. No, I am the king. You know all that stuff.
Oh God. I'm gonna say you are the OG king.
Right. One of them. Uh-huh.
Yes, sir. So this is crazy because I feel like this is so I'm actually I accumulated like about 10 questions. So I'm not gonna take up any more than maybe like an hour of your time. And this is really cool. So I basically just put in like what I know about you in the ChatGPT and also like to just refine a better way of asking the questions because I'm not like a professional. I have interviewed authors in the past though, and I did hear you say that you're an author.
Yes.
Yes, I want to talk about that. So I do have a question about that later. Yes, I'm very excited for that. So it looks like perfect timing. While I have a particular interest in the beef sector and content creators as a whole, you were actually reacting to a content creator who has made his entire career talking about people, expressing disdain for people talking about him. And so my question to you is, are you able to connect with that feeling? Why or why not?
With what person?
It was Armon. From the sound of your video, it was Armon.
Armon Wiggins?
Yeah, it was just yesterday. It was so crazy because I had contacted you before then, I believe. And then you just, and I was like, okay, so let me check out what he's doing now because I was busy with like the other interviews and everything.
Right.
And you were literally in your live. You were talking about Armon, like he's like being upset because people are saying his name, and you're like, you're a celebrity, don't worry about it.
Right. Yeah, every once in a while people get upset, they get in their feelings because somebody's talking about them. Meanwhile, that's all they do is talk about people, other people. I mean, celebrities are people as well, you know. So if we're going to be talking about people constantly, yeah, people are going to talk about you too. You know, that was my point. I think I might have got it wrong. I think the person he's beefing with is Denot. This guy named Denot. I thought it was Conscious TV, but Conscious made comments about him, so they were going back and forth a little bit too. My primary thing has always been the beef sector, but I do step out of the beef sector if there's an interesting story before us. So I think the question was, are YouTubers public figures?
So how it sounds like from the listen of your video, you feel like yes, they are because it's publicly viewable.
Right, it's public.
Right, and
this is public.
So do you feel like is it more his issue that it's like another YouTuber talking about him, or just people in general?
I think his current situation is with another YouTuber or two other YouTubers. But there are thousands of YouTubers, so anybody can be talking about you at any given time, you know.
Yeah. You put your name in this little YouTube search, and there's like tons of videos of different people talking about different people.
Right. I've had cartoons made about me and everything else. Yeah, they didn't ask me.
Awesome.
Accept that.
Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah, I think, and so I believe you. I agree with you, by the way. Because we are essentially just people. You look at it like this is just these people's job, unfortunately or fortunately, to be in the limelight. So it's like if you want to talk about them, then yeah, people. You know what? It really it might be. It just hit me. It could be the idol worship of it all. So if you start being like this over somebody, then other people can be like that over you. So then when you're talked about, then that's when it's being watched.
Right.
So that's
I can say that. Right.
Yeah. But I think as far as being able to deal with it, it's probably just a level of maturity.
So they're riding on the coattails of other celebrities. The bigger the celebrity, the more views they get, right? And it's the
Right.
same thing with new YouTubers. New YouTubers, they want to get a name for themselves, so they pick on the biggest one, and you're it. You know, the beef sector, all we did was talk about each other. It was very rarely about celebrities or anything like that. I think the beef sector started off with there was a beef between Kaya and T.S. Madison, and a lot of people gathered to talk about that particular beef, and that's how the beef sector was born. The beginning.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I'm a little bit speechless by that. There's a lot to, that's a lot there. So these influencers influence an entire like sector on YouTube. That's something else.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna see. So okay, and this is a question I had just about that, and then I'm gonna move on from the Armon thing. Because it says Armon mentions he does not want his name mentioned or placed in titles. And because that's something I heard you say on the thing. Is that why you did not put his name in your title yesterday when you made that live? Just
Did
like
I not put it in there? Oh, I don't got no problem putting it in there. No, because the wider subject was are we actually public figures? I think was the situation. He don't want nobody to put his name in the title, but if nobody puts your name in the title, you don't exist on here, right? That's the only way people become aware of you is because your name is in the title. Your beefs make you popular on social media. It's not just across the little people, but it's celebrities. Everybody beefs. You see these politics, everybody beefs. Donald Trump's name is in almost every video on here, you know, and that's how you become popular. He rode that all the way to the presidency.
He wrote it out. Yeah, influence is a mother sucker.
Something, right? Remember how all the TV stations the first time would have him on? They all said they hated him, but yet they kept putting him on, and he just parlayed it into a real campaign, and people took him seriously. But I never dreamed that he would become the president. And to think if he did it twice, it's unbelievable. There may be investigations in the future about how that actually happened. You know what I mean? So.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's yeah, I think I have some questions toward that too, because you're a very diverse man. And so let me ask, so the origin story. How did you first get involved in YouTube and the beef sector, and what drew you to this style of commentary?
Well, I came on initially. I'm a writer. I was trying to promote a book I was doing. I've written 9 books so far.
Oh,
but I think this is on like book number 3. So I came on, and I wasn't comfortable online. I didn't know how to do it. I just, I hardly just become a writer, or I just published my 3rd book, kind of thing, right? But that's how I became familiar with YouTube. I didn't know people came on YouTube and beefed and argued, cussed each other out. I had no idea, right? And then what happened next? There was a guy named Walter Lee Hampton, and he had said something on Facebook that I found so offensive. It was on the subject of HIV. And so I came on to make my initial video about Walter Lee Hampton and his views that I thought was real harsh, right? Big old muscle guy in Atlanta. Anyway, so I made my first 10 videos about that same person. I seem to have this quirk about my personality where if I get locked into somebody or their character, then I tend to be on that person. Of course, my primary person that I beef with now is this guy called Jay Wilson. I made over like 330 videos about him.
I've heard you mention him, and I don't know who he is. I'm sorry. I didn't hit you up. I literally heard you mention Jay Wilson. I'm like, who is Jay Wilson?
And that's where a lot of people were. Who is Jay Wilson? And that's how he got to be as popular as he became.
Oh, wow.
On a regular basis. But that's how I got started anyway. And then after, of course, when I was with Walter Hampton, I started getting to know people. And soon after that is when Kaya and T.S. Madison got into it over this show they had called the Queen's Court. Right.
Right.
So when they started their argument, we all were making videos about it. And that's how we all kind of became the beef sector. First, they called it the Section 8 sector.
Oh, I remember that. I actually remember seeing that in Algorithm. Oh
there's a guy, right? There's a guy named Wiley, and Wiley called it the Section 8 sector, right? Because it was overrun with a lot of people, not on the higher echelons or whatever. But some of us took offense to that. Said, "Oh, wait a minute, honey, you calling everybody on Section 8? You giving the world an impression that we're all on Section 8. That's what we have in common. That ain't working, right?" So we switched over to, well, what shall we call ourselves? And it became the beef sector, right? And I think a lot of people bought into the name so much that they only came onto the sector to beef. That was it. Right.
Oh, that is something else. That and it's really amazing though, and to look at what like we can really do as a people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost bittersweet because it's like, it's a shame that it isn't, for something more positive. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying, to like feature. This is a part of the reason why I wanted to do Creator T, is literally not to entice beef with any other channels. I've reached out to a lot of people. It's just that you all are the first three to accept, so I'm so glad that you came to like break this thing up.
Right.
The younger guys like, oh my gosh, I need the original king of the beef sector. Yeah.
Right.
And it really sounds like you actually really are, because you like the way you came with an actual purpose, with something to actually say, and then you were here before the actual like birth of it. So I would definitely call you the original king of the beef sector.
Right. Anybody in that team, they're all OGs, I guess. I'm barely over in the beef sector now because it's been taken over by a much younger crowd. I'm in my late 60s. These guys are barely 30, right? So it's hard to communicate. So the beef sector is still very much alive, but it's very different from when I started it, though. I think I was the oldest one in there, even when it started. But now I only come over to whip on that guy Jay Wilson. Right, he's captured my interest.
Oh my gosh, this has been ongoing for like how long though? I know it's been at least over a year.
Oh, it's been 8 years.
Oh my gosh.
Right, 8 years, 330 something videos.
Right, you did say that. There's a guy on here that rides Dr. Umar like that.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what his channel is, but I thought I've never seen anything like this. So now this is the second time I've heard of something like that.
Right.
Oh
It happens, honey. Right. It happens. You're gonna get your enemies, Many people will stay out of the beef deliberately, but there are some times when somebody's just gonna come at you, and you have to defend yourself, and it just builds on itself. And next thing you know, everything they say, you want to comment about it. You're in a beef. In all sectors, really. Church sector, they beef just as much as we do.
Oh, really?
People follow hip hop, they beef,
Oh, yeah.
People beef. Beauty queens beef.
Beauty queens.
Yes. The makeup girls, they beef.
Yeah, it's hard to get into that little world. I tried that, and then I was like, I can't take this beating on my face. That's a lot.
Constantly, yeah, right.
I don't even like makeup that much. You just want to try to do something,
Right. You gotta love it.
And I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying you have to love it to get into it like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I realized about YouTube. It has to be, and AT2 said this too. It has to be something you're passionate about.
Exactly.
That does work. That does, and I like this. I like this interview thing. I actually do like this. So hopefully this works. Mm-hmm. And so you were talking about you're hardly in the beef sector anymore, and that does bring me to my next question: is sector evolution. Having been around for so long, how do you feel the beef sector has changed over the years? And it sounds like a part of that is like the age group.
Right. Part of it is that, but then they also, when I was on there, I was like me and you, we would beef. You make a video, I make a video, whatever. We were live, and we were personalities, right? But now they're all on panels, So there's always 6 or 7 of them, and they come on and they immediately started calling each other, you know, bees and all these stuff kind of. So it's all about panels now, and it's all behind avatars. So there, you very rarely see a face on there. Some of the old timers will still come on, right? But the new people, they're all behind avatars. Their beef sector got carried away with this thing called doxing. Doxing people, finding out their information, calling their jobs, you know, trying to cause harm in their life, calling their wives, calling their husbands. And then people got so scared to show themselves. I don't know if they feel like it was face recognition, it's FBI technology. They're going to see the face and be able to find out who you are, where you live, and all that kind of stuff. Well, I don't think any of that is necessary. I mean, people have been doing media for years and years and years. They're all on TV. All the more sportscasters, TV people, they're all on TV. Everybody shows their face. But now they made it real scary. Everybody hides behind the avatar. They don't use a name. They don't tell you a location. They don't tell you shit. So it's just very hard for me to stay engaged.
Yeah.
You know, you need a personality to connect with.
Yeah. And you know what it sounds like? The first thing you said when you come to these panels, so it's like it's a panel, so there's a lot of people, so there's like a gang, right? They're ganging up on people, and then it's all these they're just yelling out curse words, so there's no intelligence there, there's no substance there. So it's like they're hiding behind the avatars because it's just gotten really nasty. And
right.
Maybe you just want to be nasty, and if you're going to be nasty, then people are going to get like real feelings. So yeah, they're going to, like, if they see you outside, it's going to be the issue. That's a real mess.
Right. It is. It is.
And that's a shame.
Yeah, they took over it though. They seem to love it. So I say, well, hell, if it was popular and y'all get out like that, fine with me. But it's not very interesting to me, personally. Right. I mean, when you make your own video, you're able to get your thoughts across. If you want to read somebody, you can read them and people hear what you're saying. But if you're all on there at the same time screaming and hollering at each other, you don't even really know what's going on or who's saying or who's even speaking. Sometimes. Yeah. So I just lost interest in all that kind of thing, you know. Yeah, I still do go over there. I go over there if there's somebody else. Jay Wilson is not the only person. There are a few.
Oh, Jay Wilson is still in the beef sector.
He's still, Jay Wilson. He's hooked on the beef sector. He's on 5 times a day. He's on 5 times a day, and he works a full-time job and a part-time job.
Oh my gosh!
So I'm not one to gossip. But he's trying to hold on to a house that he can't afford.
Wow.
I mean, just between me and you. Nobody wants to work that much, child. Not me.
Oh, man. Yeah, something's not working if it has to be all of, there's no time for this man to sleep. My gosh.
Right. Especially if you got 5 degrees. If you have 5 degrees, honey, you should be living the good life. You know, on one job. You should be able to do it on one job. It pays you well enough. But he has a problem maintaining employment. So he's constantly on different jobs.
Mm.
Bless his heart.
Yeah. Bless his heart. Right. And so creative identity. You've mentioned being a writer and even coined words like stylized. Because I like how you were saying Armon stylized. Stylized.
Right.
So I need to put on my glasses. I don't know. Give me 1 second. I actually do wear glasses. That's better. Here we go. You mentioned being a writer and even coined words like stylized. How does your creativity as a writer influence the way you approach your content? If at all.
I don't know. Can I take a moment and then show my books?
Yes, please.
Okay. The first one was Meth Monster. That's a memoir. And then I wrote.
Can I see that again?
Meth Monster.
Yes, Meth Monster.
Yeah, I used to be a crystal meth addict.
Wow.
A story of a resurrected life. It's really a spiritual book. It's how I got off drugs.
Oh,
right, that was the first one.
Mr. Blaine.
And then I wrote Love and Gospel Music. It is my first novel. It is my biggest novel. It's like a coming of age story. And then I wrote The Epiphany. This is considered by most my best book.
Yeah.
because I used a lot of different characters in there, voices. I was Asian in there, and then I was a Southern maid in there, all different kind of characters. And which one was next?
Oh my gosh, Mr. Blaine.
Deadly Wager. Let me see. Then I wrote, these are all one series. I wrote another one. Oh, okay.
So I can tell you, like,
The other one's over there. But then for the beef sector,
wow,
I wrote this one.
Murder in the beef.
Murder in the beef sector.
Wow. Oh no, Mr. Blaine.
All that doxing and carrying on child. And then I wrote Deadly Wager. And this is about people betting on who can go viral. And they start killing each other.
God, Mr. Blaine.
But I don't have a couple of them here. I have them back over there somewhere. But this one is here. This is my latest book, The Battle.
The battle of evil versus something worse.
Yes, it's about the battle of evil against fentanyl. And a lot of this is autobiographical because it starts off in this place where I did my drug thing at. So that's I've written a total of 9. I'm almost at the end of number 10. But that's really how I got involved in YouTube. I came on here to advertise my books and things too. People don't read like they used to. Women read, but these hardheads, they definitely don't read as much. And so I don't always see the numbers that I want to see. But Meth Monster went from, when I came on here, I had sold 300 books, mostly to people I knew or family or somebody had something to do with me. It went from 300 to 8,000.
Oh my gosh.
When I first came on there.
Mm-hmm. So the reason why I interviewed the authors some time ago is this channel was called the Official Native King and Queen Show. It was originally to interview people, and I just started out with authors, but I still kind of need a niche, and that was boring for me, but I did it because I wrote. I never accomplished actually publishing a book, but I just had a lot of stories. I started, and I never could get past climax. So I wanted to talk to the people to see, what that was about. But for content, it wasn't much. Maybe because they weren't really giving me anything. But this is amazing. What you've been able to accomplish. People don't understand how hard it is to even complete a story, to complete a book, to complete it. Like writer's block and all that is real.
Yeah,
and I just want to say congratulations to you, Mr. Blaine. That is a great triumph in life, period, and then in artist life, a writer's. That is amazing. I'm gonna put some applause in there too on the when I edited. Oh my God, Mr. Blaine.
Well, the fact that I'm a retired person helps. It helps a lot. It's different when you have to go to work, you have to raise kids, you have to do all this other stuff, and then sit down and then concentrate enough, stay focused enough to finish a book. So I understand. People spend years writing one book,
Yes, and you've done 9. That is amazing. And also, I would like to say congratulations on being a recovered addict. Yeah. I am a recovered alcoholic. And so I know, like, you can see what you were able to accomplish when you had broken that yoke.
Right. God broke it from me, honey. God did it.
That's right.
It's been 24 years since I've been clean.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
And that was really because I was not only was I an addict, but I was also a drug dealer who spent the majority of my time in prison. I went to prison 10 times in 10 years.
Oh my God.
Right? So I had come a long way to a new mind, to faith. Well, when he brought me to faith, though, everything changed, and I ain't been back. And I don't go to 12-step or anything. Mm-hmm. It's just faith.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Oh my gosh.
You're in recovery as well?
No, I'm not. I didn't do it on that either. It was just faith. It's Jesus Christ. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Right.
It's the truth. It's been 8 years for me. No alcohol.
Right. No alcohol. A made up mind, my grandma would say.
That's right. I don't want it. I don't like the smell of it. Because the thing about it is I know what it does. Mm-hmm. It's just not good. It's really not good for us.
Right.
A lot of, because none of us, this place isn't called Black land. A lot of us are Native American Indians and or African Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And for Native American Indians, alcohol is the worst. That's why it was brought here by them. It's one of the things to tear us down. It's like kryptonite to us.
Right. It's like fentanyl.
And a lot of people don't understand that. Alcohol. There's a ghoul. It's a ghoul.
Demon. That is demon. Yeah, San Francisco. I live in San Francisco. So it's all over the street here. It's not like most cities, you know, you have bad neighborhoods, good neighborhoods. Well, for us here, everything is right here. So if you walk out of your door, it doesn't matter what neighborhood you live in. You might see people shooting up right there on your sidewalk in front of them and all that. So you can see now when you're away from it, that ain't nothing but a demon. That's
Yes.
the devil, honey.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And something came in my algorithm just the other day about like San Francisco's current situation, like downtown, and it was crazy, and it was really geared toward about the homeless becoming missing. Is that something that you can attest to? Like, are the homeless becoming missing?
They're being displaced because we have a new mayor. He's pledged to clean up the downtown area. Our downtown area it looks desolate after COVID, right? People start working from home and all that stuff. And it just got out of hand down there. So they move people around, but just like I was trying to explain about Donald Trump, moving people around does not solve homelessness. So whenever they move them out of one neighborhood, people start disappearing out of this neighborhood. That just means they went over at another neighbor. You can only push a shopping cart so far, right? So they need solutions to where they can actually house people. The homeless, they want to be homeless. Nobody wants to sleep on concrete. They can't get organized enough to have housing. But we could do that. I mean, it's a couple thousand people, but what's that, one building, two buildings?
Yeah.
You know, it could be done.
They can do it, but they don't want to do it.
They don't have no desire. Donald Trump ain't addressed nothing of any real importance. He just moves people around. Oh, I cleaned up Washington. No, you didn't. You moved them down the street. As soon as your month is over, they're going to move right back. The mama lived there. The aunties lived there. They went to school there. This is their home. You could come putting your big feet in it and declaring that you done saved the city. You ain't saved nothing. I solved crime and no murders. And yeah, okay. Well, thank you for the month, Donald Trump.
Well, there's a nice new ballroom being built.
I mean, you would think somebody who's had money for that long would no longer need to have everything solid gold. I mean, that Whitehouse looks like a pawn shop.
Yeah, Whitehouse is like a pawn shop.
You know, looks like somebody poor that certainly got money, but he was born with money. So where's your taste? Damn, he got it all looking just like Trump Tower. Now he's gonna build a huge ballroom. What do you need a ballroom for? I mean, how many times are people gonna use it? It's just something for him to build. If you want to build something, Donald Trump, build housing for the homeless. Yes. Come up with a plan. Assign people to that as the plan. How can we house people?
That's right, Mr. Blaine.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And so this setup. Oh yes, your background with the statues and beautiful setting has become part of your vibe. Is that intentional branding or just you living your authentic lifestyle? I think. I know.
Oh, I've been decorated since I was 8 years old. Always my thing. I love it. I love thrifting, and I love specifically. I love statues. I have lots of them. This is only a part of them. Of course, you only see what's in your camera, but when you come into a room, you know this is going out of the room. That's my front door right there. So my primary statues, nobody ever sees them because they're here. They're behind the camera kind of thing. But yeah, I've been doing that for a long time. Unfortunately, here in San Francisco, all of the shops where you would buy statues and you would buy home furnishings and all, they're all gone. There's no place else to go, honey, because the rent got so high that they just couldn't make a living. You know what I mean? And even things like Pier 1, Bed Bath & Beyond, and even Macy's is going. All these places are leaving San Francisco. So I don't have as much fun anymore. Plus, I finally got to where I like what I have. I'm tired of giving shit away. Every time I got something new, excuse my language.
It's fine.
Every time I want to bring something in, I had to get rid of something because I don't like that look. Hoarding, you know.
Well, this is.
But yeah, I've always wanted to be a decorator. Before I became a drug addict, my dream and my goal was to be an interior designer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you were just like, artistry runs through your blood, darling.
Yeah, yeah. It's always been my thing.
And so, okay, so because she's one of the people that I would like to have on the show, Tasha K. Tasha K's success. Now, while she isn't really part of the beef sector, but since we're all in this so-called Black YouTube space where communities cross over, what's your perspective on her success and the way she's built her platform?
I don't like her.
I don't like her.
I don't like Tasha K, honey. I never had an encounter with her. I don't think she's ever mentioned my name. I mean, why would she? But I don't like her. I don't like the way she comes after people. Or she used to do that thing where she was telling, like the thing with Cardi B, and she would get in trouble with her. And she'd have all these people come on and gossip about each other. Oh, I'm the third cousin of the boyfriend and all that other stuff, and all them people. And she just comes on too rough for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You know, I have a dog, and my dog can pass about 20, 30 dogs, right? But there's always one animal. As soon as they see each other, you're not going to like everybody. Sometimes you just don't like them. And so I don't connect with her personality.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I don't remember all the reasons why I don't like her, but of course we all watched it in the beginning. But the way she handled that case, I thought she could have did better with that. And whatever. There's not too many on here that I really don't have a taste for, but she's one of them.
I agree. Oh, so you mentioned the Wiley Show. That's my next, because I am familiar with the Wiley Show. The Wiley Show. Wiley has had a lot of ups and downs in this space. What's your perspective on his journey, and do you think he could still reinvent himself?
Yeah, I think he's doing it now, isn't he? He's starting off as a homeless person now, but I don't think he's ever been shy about the fact that he's bipolar, and it's gotten out of hand at some points in his life.
Yeah.
And he lost it. He really lost it bad a couple of years ago. But since he got out, he's functional again. You know, if you can go a few years, you can go 10 years between incidents. That ain't so bad, you know.
Yeah.
So I always liked Wiley. I mean, he talked some shit about me.
Did he?
Yeah, but we've done a few of these things too. He's had me on the show a few times. Yeah, so I wish the best for him.
Yes, me too.
He was a big liar. But we all got a different style, right?
Yeah.
So some people enjoyed his show. He built an audience, you know.
Yes, he can. He can. It's something about the Wiley Show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to get him over here, so I'm like, I don't know what it's going to take to get him to answer my email.
No, he'll come. Wiley loves to talk. Yeah, just keep it. I mean, when I got your email, I didn't even know who you were. I said, somebody want to talk? Because when we do that, then we're exposing ourselves again online, right? Mm-hmm. So you can build an audience like that. Just by, make sure when you do this video, you put my name in the title, because it will draw the people who know me, right? And then some people will stay. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah. And I think it's good for the content creator too, because then it could bring a new audience for you too, new viewers too that may not know about you.
Right. It's all about exposure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's good. And so, celebrity gossip versus YouTube beef. You cover both at times, I see. Mm-hmm. And so, do you think creators in the beef sector can cross over successfully into celebrity gossip, or are the audiences too different?
That's a hell of a question. That's a good question.
That's a hell of a question.
Right. We have some people who move on. I've moved on basically, and there are some people in the beef sector who do both. The beef sector, I'll use James Caldwell for example. He does his reviews of shows and interviews separate from his beef sector, but he does both at the same time. In other words, he have a show in the daytime and where he just reviews shows, and then he still participate in the beef sector. I think people enjoy the beef sector. I mean, the beef sector is more for fun, you know, than interviewing people. But I know there have been some that moved on. I can't think of all the names. But sure, you get on here, you get a certain amount of popularity, you're going to get bored with anything, and you might do a different kind of show. Fortunately, on YouTube, you can do several different kind of styles, 7 different kind of shows. You can interview people for a while. You might want to do a comedy show. You want to mix it up if you want to. You can do it. I'm just lazy. I just like doing what I do. I'm only on like 2 or 3 times a week. Well, 3 or 4 times a week, right? Unless there's something really going on. But yeah, you can move on, or you can keep on coming back to the beef sector. I think I'll always come back over there. Sometimes in my titles I'll put beef sector, meaning that I'm going to talk about something in the beef sector. But most of my content now is not just for the beef sector. It's just entertainment kind of thing, and some politics, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And that's consuming us all right now.
Yeah, it is. We're starting to realize how important it really all is.
Yeah, we all got to participate. This is our country as well. It's not just up to the white people. We have an opinion, and thanks to this internet stuff, anybody can be online. Everybody can have a voice. You can have a show right next to Cardi B station. Yeah. Whether you're a big star or you're just Joe Blow, you can be online and you can give your opinion.
And speaking of that, what do you think? This is really bothersome to me. With the gentleman, I was like, I don't even know if you could say. I'm not even gonna say the guy's name, but they're saying that this man who is not in politics was assassinated, but he was merely a commentator. You can't be assassinated if you are a commentator. You can't be assassinated if you're not a politician. Is that right?
Right. He was murdered.
Right.
He was murdered or killed. Right. Yeah, they want to make a holiday out of him. Charlie Kirk. I don't mind saying anything. I very rarely. I don't use no subliminals. Yeah. Charlie Kirk. I had never even heard of him before he got killed. Right. So they try to act like this is this big hero. How you gonna make somebody a hero who is an admitted, confessed bigot, and he goes around the country professing that he is a bigot and a racist?
He's a commentator.
Right? It's not just we should be a commentator. We shouldn't be celebrating that. But they put him on the pedestal. And of course, they're using the excuse to attack the trans people. Oh, it's the girl. There ain't that many trans people in this damn country, right? But they always making these big deals about the trans people. Well, if the boy had a girlfriend and she was crying because he was constantly attacking her for no reason, child, and he felt bad about her, well, that's that individual. That's a man. Was he 22 years old who got angry and went out and murdered somebody?
Right.
Like any other murder. Right. It's not. You don't blame it on the trans person. She actually helped them to find his ass. Mm. But they put a person like that at that age group in that crowd. This transsexual thing it's very traumatic when you're trying to come out. You're trying to explain things to your family. You're trying to understand your own self. And then if you have this whole barrage of people, these Republicans coming after that person, we don't know how fragile that person is. That's why I think it's wrong. But
it's gotten worse.
It was a murder. It was a murder.
Yeah. And it's gotten worse than that because at that whole funeral was more like a pep rally for violence.
Yeah, but that's Donald Trump. That is Donald Trump. Yeah, he always encourages that. Take him out, kill him. We'll take him out in the back and punch him.
And it's like, who? The one man committed the crime and he's been arrested. What are we doing now?
Right. You should be prosecuting the man. Right.
It's very scary for our children.
That's a plain old murder. We got murders every single day, honey.
Yeah.
And maybe this man shouldn't be out there promoting all this violence and hatred of other people. Shit, them people got it hard enough.
Yeah.
So
it's all a shame, but you know what? And then I'll just move on. It's just like it's all that. It's that one thing when they say what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So it's just like with the idol worship, raising people up on these platforms and pedestals and all this thing, and having them like in your heart. That's a real issue. So when it just, you understand? Like I can't say you can't hold that person in your heart, but you can hold that person in your heart. You see what I'm saying?
Right. It comes up Republic. Well, it's called the leadership we have.
Yeah.
Right. We have a president who's constantly separating. He's attacking all the Democratic states. And what sense does that make? And some place like Portland, Oregon, what the hell? They need the military in Portland. So it's anybody who's a Democrat, he's coming after and he wants to attack them. He's constantly pitting us against each other. He's trying to get you that. Why do we have to hate Mexican people? I live in San Francisco, and we got Mexican people all over the goddamn place. Chinese people all over the place. Middle Eastern people all over. And it works fine. Those are our neighbors. Why when we hate our neighbors? Oh, he came down. His first announcement for president, they're rapists, they're murderers. And then he goes and gets these people that are just working at a factory some damn way, right?
Right.
How are they murderers? They ain't got no time to be out there murdering people and selling drugs and doing all this stuff that he claims that they're doing. He's not doing any of those things. He's just attacking people because they're bigots.
Yeah.
He's a racist. He's a bigot. He ran on race. Everything has been about race since the very beginning. And America let it happen. It's a shameful thing.
It is, and it's very concerning for us because it's like, it's not like, hey, the Mexicans are bad, but you guys are good. No. It will be next, God forbid. But yeah, that's why I really want to leave this place. I actually want to leave this country. Now, speaking about them being in Oregon, there's a lot of like earthquake things happening on that side of the region. And I was also concerned too. Like, is for you, like, are you feeling a lot of this earthquake activity? Do you feel the need to leave? Are you going to leave soon?
California?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going over. I love California. I've been here for 40-something years. I was from Indianapolis, and I came to LA first. But they've always talked about earthquakes, and I think there's been a total of 3 of them of any significance since I've been here 40-something years. No, I'm not leaving. I'm not letting Donald Trump. He don't take my country. He can just come and take our country, which is essentially what he's doing. Takes the FBI, destroys it, takes the CIA, he destroys everything he touches. And he has a track record of being nothing but a selfish pig. Everybody in the damn White House, they all got to be billionaires. Them people are all individually obsessed with money. That's why they're billionaires. And that's the only thing they care about. They don't care. Donald Trump has no interest whatsoever in poverty in the United States of America. He don't even consider us people. The way they're treating those Latin people, it is a disgrace. Dragging people through the streets. It's crazy.
It is.
I guess you just take their house and put it on the mark, sell it. Like they don't count as people. Been here 40 years, been here longer than him. And the business that he was in, he was a builder for all those years, right? Those people use a lot of Latin people in construction. And he was in the hotel business. They use a lot. All these years, he's used those people and used those people and used those people, right? And then he just saw his opportunity and slid their ass right up under the bus.
And so that's what I'm saying, Mr. Blaine. Like, this is why I want to leave this place, because there's a lot of horrific things that have been done here and that are still being done here. And only because I know specifically my lineage of Native American people, and that happened to us for our transgressions. And so, the Lord is going to pay back all transgressions. And that's why I say I want to leave here, because like you said, everything he touches, he's ruined. This country is ruined. It's just like it's no longer ours. Our land is the land that the Lord has for us, wherever it is.
Mm-hmm. So you want to leave America?
Yes, I would like to. Yes, as soon as possible.
Well, where would you go? Where would you go?
Well, since this is being recorded, I can't say. Or since it's going to go up online, I can't say.
Right.
But wherever we're accepted.
Right.
You know what I realized, though? We are under a very, very misunderstanding that we won't be safe if we leave America. And what I'm starting to realize by talking to different people outside of America and actually looking at different little documentaries or whatever the case may be, is that's not true. That's not true. We are more in bulk outside of this country,
right,
than in this country,
right.
And I just feel like in my little spirit, I want to leave here before they lock the door.
Oh Lord, Yeah, when they like when he's starting fights with Canada and the places, even Mexico.
Yes.
You go to those, you say, "Oh my God, these are huge cities. These are cities big as New York City." It's not like you're gonna make that a state. How you gonna make all of Canada a state? This dumb, stupid stuff that he comes up with, just hateful.
Picking fights.
Exactly, all around the world.
It looked like he picked a lot of fights.
Yeah, somebody's gonna hit back though.
And that's why you say, I'm trying to stop. I'm trying to leave. That's what I'm trying to say.
I feel you. I feel you.
And so, legacy and impact. What do you hope people take away from your content years from now? Do you see yourself as more of a commentator, entertainer, or storyteller?
I'm a reader.
I'm a reader.
I don't know what the hell they can take from. I try to tell the truth though. Sometimes when I pick stories, particularly stories outside of the beef sector, I do just give commentary on what's current events kind of thing, right? Like there have been people like Monique and certain characters that I try to point out what I consider to be the truth. I don't think I'm a vicious or nasty person, but I said like beef sector, that's just for fun.
Yeah.
You know.
And with and with your and I'm this is just like separately. I thought about this with your books. Did you ever consider like maybe like I don't know, like showing your book at the end of your video sometime or something like that? Or do you feel like you don't need any more promotion with that? Because I feel like that is even more of a thing. The fact that you are a writer, and I would be like, hey, this is another book I wrote. You guys want to check it
out? Right. Well, early on I did. When I first wrote Loving Gospel Music, I must have posted my book like 10 times a day on Facebook and YouTube, everywhere, right? Yeah. And then gradually I started realizing, well, it's not about, because I wasn't getting any traction. So no, I'm not as involved in that way. I wish I was. You know, I used to have a heading there and it would show my book, then to Blaine the writer kind of thing. Now I just write for fun. I do everything I do it's for fun, right? And it's a creative outlet. I love the writing. If somebody comes along and say, I want to work with you, fantastic. Right? But no, I don't make it a priority anymore to promote that. And plus, I mean, the first one was, what was that, 20 years ago? So, but the Meth Monster still does good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, books don't age. That's the beauty.
Right. I love the books. You know, it's part of my personality. But no, I am the worst at self-promotion. That's a defect of mine. Right? I should. There are people who actually hustle their books, right? And
yes, I was interviewing those writers. Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So I like that, but whatever. I'm comfortable. I'm retired, so.
Yeah. Epiphany. I'm still thinking about that. I love
get that Epiphany. It costs you, I think it's about $9.99.
Yeah. I like that. And I don't know if could you tell me just a little bit? Here's the thing before you tell me, right? Because to look at that lightning on the bridge, there's another writer that I had I interviewed, and there was a part of her story, and I was reading her book. She allowed me to read it on YouTube. That was on another channel, like, to help promotion. And so I was writing a story a while, like probably like 2 years before this, right? And it was supposed to take place like so like the aliens were coming or something was coming, right? I hadn't actually just figured out what it was, but it was taking place in 4 different areas of the world. And so there was some elderly people in the South. They were on their porch, and there was like this high-rise party in New York, and with this window, all this thing. And then I had 2 other incidences, weren't so in detail. Can't quite remember those, right? And so when this thing happened, it would be like a boom, and then the window, things went dark. That's okay. So when the window blew in the New York City, and then things went dark in the Southern with the people, and the man gets his shotgun. In any event, this scene with the Southern scene, this woman, she had actually written something similar scene. And then when I saw your bridge with the lightning, it reminded me of that scene in New York City when things just kind of happened. So it just caught my attention. So I wanted to ask.
Well, it's interesting you saw that in that, because the Epiphany, people accused me at first, you misspelled Epiphany. No, I didn't misspell anything. The Epiphany are alien. They're spiritual forces, and they come to San Francisco. Right, so there's these lightning hitting the bridge, like you're describing, correct? But they are beings, the Epiphany. They're like if you you can say, I had an epiphany, right? And
Yeah.
you started a business or you did something. I had an epiphany. Well, these are the epiphany in the physical flesh. In other words, they look like people. They look like people, but they're here to bring a message for you. That's the kind of story it is. Like messengers, I think I would describe them. You check it out on Amazon. They're all on Amazon.
I will. That's I love it's very
you're writing. Good luck in your writing.
I haven't picked up that thing in a while. Like my son is autistic, and then right now, you know, the school system really sucks, so we're not gonna let them screw him over. So I'm homeschooling him until we can get proper placement. So I'm just like fighting the system right now to get him proper placement.
I see.
I have time to write. I barely have time for this.
Well, writer's block is a real thing, honey. I started right after I had this last book called the Battle. Right after I immediately started another book. Supposed to be a part 2 to that book. I got 3/4 of the way through, and now I'm blocked. I haven't picked it up in 3 months. You know, and I know it's a mistake to stop. Don't stop. Keep going. I sit down for 1 hour a day, kind of thing. But I just lost it. I lost interest in the story.
Yeah.
So it can happen, but I just just save it, and at some point I might want to finish that book or start something else. I can start something else. You know.
So maybe it was then now that brings me to a question: is it more like writer's block, or you just lost interest?
I think it's writer's block.
You think it's writer's block? Okay.
For that story. Now I started writing some of this erotic thing where I still write every day, but I just lost track with that book. And the thing that I'm writing, no one's ever going to see that. It's just like a personal diary kind of thing. So, I mean, I love writing. So I'm hoping that I'll get inspired by something. I've been inspired by I had one book called Muse, right? And the idea came to me. I was on the subway, I was underground, and there was this white kid. He had such a beautiful voice. And he was obviously homeless, just singing for change and stuff like that, right? And that inspired me, and I made a beautiful book out of that, right? You don't know where it's going to happen. Another book was the Epiphany. Actually, in that bridge scene with the lightning and all that, that picture somebody just posted it on Facebook, and I took it. But I go to the YMCA in San Francisco and looks out over the bay, and I was sitting there, I was looking at that bridge, the Oakland Bay Bridge, and the idea came to me of spiritual forces coming down. And that's where I was inspired. So you can be inspired anywhere. I'm trying to get out the house more so you're exposed to more things. But if you're inspired, you know, you get that energy going. So it may be a different book altogether. I don't have to do any more. I mean, 9 is a decent number. I'm 6.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
I ain't kidding. I think maybe travel if you can. Maybe just take a trip or something, because that could inspire you, like, and change the scenery.
Right. Right. Yeah. Live some.
And so, let me see. Future of the sector. Where do you see the beef sector headed in the next 5 years? And do you think new creators can ever match the energy of the original kings and queens of this lane?
Do I think the future of the beef sector? I think it'll keep changing. People will come, people will get bored, people move on, you know. It'll keep changing, but I think it'll always be there. There's always going to be a certain admiration for the original beef sector. So those people will still come back. We've seen it many, many times. Even though they don't participate in the beef sector anymore, they'll still come back now and then. And we'll probably be like an alumni club or alumni, right? There was one incident where we all ended up in Atlanta, Georgia. There was one of the members, Sean Bradley, who they were making a reality TV show. So they wanted all the members of the beef sector to come to Atlanta, Georgia. And we all went, even my enemy. Yeah, right. So they talk about that subject of that keeps coming up. So that was a good thing.
That is awesome. That's crazy awesome.
Yeah, even though it never got picked up, they had like four incidents, 4 different cities where they all went. I stopped because it was COVID time too.
Okay.
Just as we ended the first filming, it was COVID. So everybody went down.
Amazing. Wow, thank you, Mr. Blaine. This has been amazing. It's been a pleasure. I'm very honored that you came here.
Well,
And
thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
yes, and I'm gonna definitely, if you can just send me the links to your book, or at least Epiphany.
Uh-huh.
I would like the links to all of them. I can put it in the description.
All right. Or just go to Amazon and Timothy Blaine under my real name, Timothy Blaine, right. And they'll tell you every book, everything.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Mr. Blaine. Oh,
all right.
Well, you have a blessed the rest of your day. Please consider taking that trip soon, just to get away.
Okay, I'll think about it. I've been thinking for 40 years, right? And you reach out to Wiley. I think he would enjoy an interview.
Yes, I will. I reached out to him twice. I'm going to email him again.
Yeah. Put something in there to get his interest.
That's what I think I'm going to have to do.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good day.
All right. Bye-bye. Great to meet you.
You too.